Welcome to the Bible Quiz. If you love powerful moments from the Gospels that reveal Christ's authority, compassion, and divinity, then this quiz is for you, with 25 miracles that showcase the unstoppable love and supernatural power of Jesus. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this quiz with friends or family who also want to grow in the Word. It's a great way to learn together and spark meaningful conversations about faith. And now, a big congratulations to the 8 highest scores from our previous episode: Barbara Beecham, Clint Richards, Narvaline Kelly, Julia Dube, Janice Ontiveros, Gail Harris, Andy Anderson, Kunjama Varghese. Your name is remembered and read aloud by us. Thank you for your dedication, passion for Scripture, and insightful answers week after week. We appreciate each one of you. Now let's get started. Question 1. What was Jesus' first recorded miracle? A. Feeding the 5,000. B. Walking on water. C. Healing a blind man. D. Turning water into wine. You get 10 seconds. That's D, turning water into wine. Jesus' first miracle occurred at a wedding in Cana, where he turned water into wine, John chapter 2, verses 1 to 11. This sign revealed his divine authority and marked the beginning of his public ministry. It also demonstrated Jesus' compassion and power to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, reinforcing the theme that he brings joy and abundance to those who trust him. Question 2. How many people did Jesus feed with 5 loaves and 2 fish? A. 3,000. B. 4,000. C. 5,000. D. 6,000. You get 10 seconds. That's C. 5,000. In all 4 Gospels, Jesus miraculously fed 5,000 men, not counting women and children, with just 5 loaves and 2 fish, Matthew chapter 14, verses 13 to 21. This miracle showcased Jesus' divine provision, his compassion for the crowds, and his ability to meet both physical and spiritual needs. It also prefigures the spiritual nourishment he offers as the bread of life. Question 3. Who was raised from the dead after 4 days in the tomb? A. Tabitha. B. Lazarus. C. Jairus' daughter. D. The widow's son. You get 10 seconds. That's B. Lazarus. In John chapter 11, verses 38 to 44, Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead after 4 days in the tomb. This was a powerful sign of Jesus' authority over death and a preview of his own resurrection. The miracle caused many to believe in him, though it also intensified opposition from the religious leaders, leading toward his crucifixion. Question 4. What did Jesus do to calm the storm on the sea? A. Prayed. B. Slept through it. C. Walked on water. D. Rebuked the wind and waves. You get 10 seconds. That's D. Rebuke the wind and waves. In Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41, Jesus calmed a raging storm by rebuking the wind and commanding the sea, "Peace, be still." His disciples were amazed that even the wind and sea obeyed him. This miracle demonstrated his divine authority over nature and his ability to bring peace to chaos, both physically and spiritually. Question 5. What did Jesus use to heal the blind man in John chapter 9? A. Mud made with saliva. B. A spoken word. C. His cloak. D. A fig leaf. You get 10 seconds. That's A. Mud made with saliva. In John chapter 9, verses 1 to 7, Jesus healed a man born blind by making mud with his saliva, applying it to the man's eyes and telling him to wash in the pool of Siloam. This healing showed Jesus as the light of the world, confronting spiritual blindness and revealing that his works display the glory of God. Your journey to never missing a quiz starts with the subscribe button. Click it now and stay connected with us. Question 6. Who touched Jesus' cloak and was instantly healed? A. Jairus' daughter. B. Mary Magdalene. C. A Canaanite woman. D. A woman with bleeding. You get 10 seconds. That's D. A woman with bleeding. In Luke chapter 8, verses 43 to 48, a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years touched the edge of Jesus' cloak and was instantly healed. Jesus told her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you." This miracle illustrates the power of faith and how Christ responds personally and compassionately to those who seek him in faith, even in a crowd. Question 7. What miracle did Jesus perform with a coin and a fish? A. He turned coins into bread. B. He found money in a fish's mouth. C. He multiplied coins. D. He healed a fish seller. You get 10 seconds. That's B. He found money in a fish's mouth. In Matthew chapter 17, verses 24 to 27, to pay the temple tax, Jesus told Peter to catch a fish. Inside the fish's mouth, Peter found a coin to cover the tax for both of them. This miracle demonstrated Jesus' sovereignty over nature and finances, showing his provision and understanding of practical human needs. Question 8. How did Jesus heal the 10 lepers? A. He laid hands on them. B. He anointed them with oil. C. He told them to show themselves to the priests. D. He wrote on the ground. You get 10 seconds. That's C. He told them to show themselves to the priests. In Luke chapter 17, verses 11 to 19, Jesus encountered 10 lepers and told them to go show themselves to the priests. As they went, they were healed. This act of obedience activated their miracle. Only one returned to thank Jesus, highlighting gratitude and faith. Jesus said to him, "Your faith has made you well." Question 9. What happened when Jesus healed Peter's mother-in-law? A. She served them. B. She sang a hymn. C. She was baptized. D. She cried out in joy. You get 10 seconds. That's A. She served them. According to Matthew chapter 8, verses 14 to 15, Jesus healed Peter's mother-in-law from a fever by touching her hand. The fever left her immediately, and she got up and began to serve him and the guests. This miracle shows not only Jesus' healing power, but also the proper response to being restored, grateful service to others. Question 10. What miracle did Jesus perform when a fig tree had no fruit? A. Burned it. B. Turned it fruitful. C. Moved it. D. Made it wither. You get 10 seconds. That's D. Made it wither. When Jesus saw a fig tree with no fruit, he said, "May you never bear fruit again." And the tree withered immediately. Matthew chapter 21, verse 19. This miracle symbolized Israel's spiritual barrenness and served as a warning about the consequences of unfruitfulness. It was a visual lesson for the disciples on the power of faith and the importance of bearing spiritual fruit in one's life. Question 11. What happened to the fig tree Jesus cursed? A. It burned. B. It withered. C. It bore fruit. D. It split in half. You get 10 seconds. That's B. It withered. In Matthew chapter 21, verses 18 to 22, Jesus cursed a fig tree because it had no fruit, even though it had leaves. The tree withered immediately, astonishing the disciples. This miracle symbolized Israel's spiritual barrenness and served as a warning about fruitlessness. Jesus also used the moment to teach about faith and the power of prayer. Question 12. Who was healed after Jesus told him, "Take up your mat and walk"? A. A leper. B. Bartimaeus. C. A blind man. D. A lame man at Bethesda. You get 10 seconds. That's D. A lame man at Bethesda. In John chapter 5, verses 1 to 9, Jesus healed a man who had been an invalid for 38 years at the pool of Bethesda. He simply told him, "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." Immediately, the man was healed. This miracle showed Jesus' authority to heal with a word, even on the Sabbath, challenging religious norms. Question 13. How did Jesus heal the deaf man with a speech impediment? A. By shouting. B. By prayer only. C. By touching his ears and tongue. D. By laying hands. You get 10 seconds. That's C. By touching his ears and tongue. In Mark chapter 7, verses 31 to 37, Jesus healed a deaf and mute man by placing his fingers in the man's ears, then touching his tongue and saying, "Ephphatha, be opened." Immediately the man could hear and speak clearly. This miracle emphasized Jesus' compassion and personal touch when ministering to the suffering. Question 14. What did Jesus say when he raised Jairus' daughter? A. Talitha cum. B. Wake up, child. C. Arise, little one. D. Be healed, daughter. You get 10 seconds. That's A. Talitha cum. In Mark chapter 5, verses 35 to 43, Jesus raised Jairus' 12-year-old daughter from the dead. He took her by the hand and said, "Talitha cum," meaning, "Little girl, I say to you, get up." She immediately stood up and walked. This miracle demonstrated Jesus' power over death and his compassion for grieving families. Question 15. What did Jesus do when he raised the widow's son at Nain? A. Anointed him. B. Spoke from afar. C. Prayed over him. D. Touched the coffin. You get 10 seconds. That's D. Touch the coffin. In Luke chapter 7, verses 11 to 17, Jesus encountered a funeral procession and saw a grieving widow. Moved with compassion, he touched the coffin and said, "Young man, I say to you, arise." The dead man sat up and began to speak. This miracle brought great awe to the people and spread Jesus' fame throughout the region. Question 16. What miracle happened when Jesus was transfigured before his disciples? A. He floated. B. His face shone. C. He disappeared. D. He healed someone. You get 10 seconds. That's B. His face shone. During the transfiguration, Jesus' face shone like the sun, and his clothes became dazzling white. Matthew chapter 17, verse 2. This moment revealed his divine glory to Peter, James, and John, and confirmed his identity as the Son of God. Moses and Elijah appeared beside him, representing the law and the prophets. The transfiguration served as a powerful testimony of Jesus' heavenly nature and mission. Question 17. How did Jesus cast out the legion of demons in the Gerasene man? A. With a loud shout. B. By touching him. C. Sending them into pigs. D. Writing on the ground. You get 10 seconds. That's C. Sending them into pigs. In Mark chapter 5, verses 1 to 13, Jesus encountered a demon-possessed man in the region of the Gerasenes. The demons called themselves Legion and begged not to be sent away. Jesus granted their request to enter a herd of pigs nearby. As a result, about 2,000 pigs rushed into the lake and drowned, showing his supreme authority over the spiritual realm. Question 18. What happened when Jesus healed a man with a withered hand? A. It was instantly restored. B. He was told to bathe. C. He shouted loudly. D. His hand burned. You get 10 seconds. That's A. It was instantly restored. In Matthew chapter 12, verses 10 to 13, Jesus encountered a man with a shriveled hand in the synagogue on the Sabbath. Despite the Pharisees' intent to trap him, Jesus told the man to stretch out his hand. As he did, it was completely restored, just like the other. The miracle affirmed Jesus' authority over the Sabbath and his compassion toward human need. Question 19. What miracle happened when Jesus was arrested in Gethsemane? A. A blinding light appeared. B. A servant's ear was healed. C. The earth shook. D. Soldiers turned away. You get 10 seconds. That's B. A servant's ear was healed. When Jesus was arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, Peter drew his sword and cut off the ear of Malchus, the high priest's servant. According to Luke, chapter 22, verses 50 to 51, Jesus immediately touched the servant's ear and healed him. Even in the face of betrayal, Jesus acted with mercy and demonstrated divine power and love for his enemies. Question 20. What did Jesus do when he saw a great crowd in the wilderness? A. He fed them. B. He preached only. C. He healed the sick. D. He sent them away. You get 10 seconds. That's A. He fed them. In Matthew chapter 15, verses 32 to 38, Jesus saw a large crowd that had been with him for days and had nothing to eat. Moved with compassion, he fed over 4,000 people with 7 loaves and a few fish. After giving thanks, he broke the bread and distributed it, and all ate and were satisfied. This miracle highlights both Jesus' compassion and his divine provision. Stay with us until the end of the video to see how many Bible quiz questions you got right. Don't forget to note your score and share it with us in the comments section. Let's explore and learn more about the Bible with these fun and interesting questions. Question 21. What miracle did Jesus perform when Peter's boat was nearly empty? A. He calmed the sea. B. He walked on water. C. He caused a large catch of fish. D. He turned fish into bread. You get 10 seconds. That's C. He caused a large catch of fish. In Luke chapter 5, verses 4 to 7, after teaching from Peter's boat, Jesus told him to put out into deep water and let down the nets. Though skeptical, Peter obeyed and caught such a large number of fish that the nets began to break. This miracle led Peter to recognize Jesus' divine authority and prompted his call to become a fisher of men. Question 22. What did Jesus do after raising Lazarus from the dead? A. Wept again. B. Gave thanks. C. Disappeared. D. Told them to unbind him. You get 10 seconds. So that's D, told them to unbind him. John chapter 11 verses 43 to 44 recounts Jesus' powerful call, "Lazarus, come out," which brought the man back to life after 4 days in the tomb. Lazarus came out still wrapped in grave clothes, and Jesus instructed those nearby, "Unbind him and let him go." This detail reminds us that Jesus not only restores life, but also commands freedom from what once bound us. Question 23. What did Jesus say when healing the woman bent over for 18 years? A. Be clean. B. Woman, you are set free. C. Stand up and walk. D. Your faith has healed you. You get 10 seconds. That's B. Woman, you are set free. In Luke chapter 13, verses 11 to 13, Jesus encountered a woman crippled by a spirit for 18 years. He laid his hands on her and declared, "Woman, you are set free from your infirmity." Immediately, she straightened up and praised God. This miracle, done on the Sabbath, demonstrated Jesus' compassion and challenged legalistic views, emphasizing mercy over religious tradition. Question 24. What happened when Jesus walked on water to reach his disciples? A. Peter. B. The sea dried up. C. The disciples fled. D. The boat vanished. You get 10 seconds. That's A. Peter sank. In Matthew chapter 14, verses 25 to 31, Jesus walked on the sea toward his disciples during a storm. Peter asked to come to him on the water, and Jesus said, "Come." Peter walked briefly, but began to sink when he saw the wind and became afraid. Jesus immediately reached out his hand to save him, saying, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" This miracle highlights faith and dependence on Jesus. Question 25. What did Jesus do when he healed the servant of a Roman centurion? A. Sent a disciple. B. Visited the home. C. Spoke a word. D. Touched the servant. You get 10 seconds. That's C. Spoke a word. A Roman centurion asked Jesus to heal his paralyzed servant, but said he didn't need to come. Just say the word. Matthew chapter 8, verses 5 to 13. Amazed at the centurion's faith, Jesus declared that such great faith wasn't found even in Israel. He spoke the healing, and the servant was healed at that very hour. This miracle emphasizes the power of Jesus' word and the centurion's remarkable faith. Fantastic! You've just completed a journey through 25 moments where Christ's power changed lives forever. Whether you got all the answers right or missed a few, remember, every miracle points us back to a Savior who still works wonders today. If you enjoyed this challenge, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment sharing your score or favorite miracle, and subscribe so you won't miss the next Bible quiz. Thanks for being part of this growing faith-filled community. See you in the next episode, and keep walking in His power. May God bless you.